The TV1 News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Good evening, this is TV1 News. I'm Maricela Kelaton.
And I'm Jasmine Ero. Join me later in the bulletin for sports news.
In this edition, Marpe supports Yarawari School, visas now available online, and PNG receives new ambassador. Prime Minister James Marape has demonstrated his commitment to education and technical skill development by pledging support towards the infrastructure program of Yarawari Agri Technical Secondary School. He announced a support of 2.5 million kina towards infrastructure development for the school. Marape made this commitment on Tuesday during the school's grade 10 and 12 graduation ceremony in Sugeri, Central Province.
Prime Minister James Marape has commended the school board and management and the teaching staff of Yarawari Agro-Technical Secondary School for their leadership in implementing government policies in the education sector. The Prime Minister then announced that his government will provide a funding support of 2.5 million kina towards infrastructure development at the school. The school, along with its staff and management, received accolades for their forward-thinking approach in embracing the challenge of becoming an agro-technical school where students are equipped with valuable life skills in agriculture. Marape expressed the significance of his attendance at the graduation, emphasizing the school's unique position in providing students with both life skills and modern educational knowledge.
I want all schools for the country to have a snippet out of the Yarawari lesson. Yarawari never asked a second question about government policy. Government said give holistic, technical, Tibet-based education associated with secondary school. Yarawari went ahead and worked, and I am here to comment Yarawari.
The Prime Minister also highlighted the school's critical role in advancing technical and vocational education and training, or TVET-based education, emphasizing the importance of preparing future generations with skills for lifelong success, including agriculture and land-based livelihoods. He expressed the government's commitment to supporting schools like Yarawari, where necessary life skills are taught.
And it's because I learned from a school. School that taught me you have to work and open up primary skill-based in areas where I need to be equipped in, and I just, again, Yarawari, don't give up. I have a last word for you. Keep on listening, board principal and board chairman. We are here to support your school. Get going.
Established in 1961 as a junior high school, Yarawari Agro-Technical Secondary School has evolved into a secondary school with a focus on technical, vocational and life skills since 2022. Freddie Moe, TV1 News.
Meantime, Prime Minister James Marape emphasized the significance of putting God first in their lives and embodying Christian values. He reminded the students that life is precious and should not be squandered on detrimental activities such as illicit substance use.
Honor your country. Honor your country. Number 3, not your district, not your tribe, not your province. Honor your country. Country comes first. One people, one nation. Am I right? Country first. Number 3, honor. Put your country first. The moment you put your own family, your own tribe, your own people, your own language group, your your culture ahead of your country, you will not contribute to betterment of the country. When the country is healthy and progressive, you will be okay living in a progress country. I want you to honor your country. Number 3.
Man of Honor, Ambassador Johannes Kundal is calling on fellow Engans to lay down their weapons and discuss peace in commemoration of International Day of Peace. Kundal is one of Digicel PNG Foundation's Man of Honor Ambassador and an unsung hero for the Highlands region. He shared that the recent tribal fights in Wapenamanda district in Enga province has escalated into a guerrilla warfare, affecting 2/3 of the district's population. This fight is connecting 3 existing fights, 1 in Sak Valley and 2 in the Middle Line, involving 24 clans. He is appealing to the government to draw up a rehabilitation plan for Enga province and help rebuild the projects destroyed in the tribal fights. Bilateral and trade relations between Papua New Guinea and the United Arab Emirates has been strengthened with the arrival of a new ambassador of UAE to PNG. Ambassador-designate Jamal Abdullah Al-Suwaidi presented his letter of ordinance to the Governor-General Tuesday. The presentation was made more special with a combined police and military guard of honor for the new ambassador.
Jamal Abdul Al-Suwaidi is the second ambassador to PNG since the inception of the United Arab Emirates mission in PNG in 2017. The UAE embassy is located in Singapore, and he will work from there. While presenting his letter of credence to the Governor-General, Ambassador Al-Suwaidi expressed his desire to strengthen the existing bilateral relations between the two countries.
I would like to seize this opportunity to convey to His Highness the President's desire that my mission will be focused on developing bilateral relations between my country, the United Arab Emirates, and the independent state of Papua New Guinea.
While acknowledging the UAE's commitment to deepening diplomatic relations, PNG Governor-General Sebob Dadaya committed to finalizing 3 outstanding agreements initiated by Al-Suwaidi's predecessor.
PNG acknowledges the government of the United Arab Emirates can desire and focus on developing the bilateral relations between our two countries, and will work towards bringing to fruition the 3 outstanding agreements initiated by your predecessor, His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Omar.
The Governor-General also cited various areas of cooperation, including political, economic, social, humanitarian, cultural and scientific collaborations that have the potential for growth. He also expressed interest in exploring partnerships in Papua New Guinea's extractive industries sector and collaborating on clean energy solutions, especially in light of the imminent threat of climate change faced by the Pacific Islands. Ruth Rungula, TV1 News.
6 visa types under the entertainer visa class are now available online on the PNG Immigration and Citizenship Authority website. The Minister for Immigration and Border Security, John Rosso, recently made the announcement.
The Minister for Immigration and Border Security, John Rosso, who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, recently announced that 6 visa types under the entertainer visa class are now available online on the PNG Immigration and Citizenship Authority website. This is for the convenience of international artists, filmmakers, comedians, musicians, and cultural groups. Rosso said the inclusion of 6 different visa classes under the entertainer visa type means artists who want to come to PNG for entertainment-related purposes can now apply online instead of the traditional paper lodgement. He outlined that the previous process required the entertainers to physically lodge their visa applications at a PNG diplomatic mission. This was not suitable considering PNG does not have diplomatic representation in all countries, that entertainers are often on tour and in countries which might have missions for only a night or two, and finding the time to submit applications in that manner was impractical. The visa classes available and accessible online include filmmaker, both commercial and non-commercial, comedian, which is commercial, musician, gospel group, which comes under charity, and cultural group, which is also charity. Minister Rosso said the new arrangement would allow PNG to bring in world-class artists as well as develop local talent and promote the entertainment industry. He said each of the visa types has a migration service fee attached and holders are eligible for extensions. Specific fees for new lodgements and extensions are available on the website. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News.
Kutubu local level government President John Pipikila has called on the 18 councillors in his LLG to serve the people with dignity. These remarks were part of his independence message made at Pimaga Station recently.
The 18 councillors of Kutubu local level government in Southern Islands have been warned that misuse of district-funded vehicles will not be tolerated. The vehicles must be used to assist people in emergencies, including medical emergencies. President of Kutubu local level government, John Pipikila, said if councillors fail to do that, the vehicles will be confiscated and grounded.
Me bam karna give you ownership na kama bose ambulance lo village lo you na help me more community lo you in employ you lo one in class one na drink beer on na suppose me harap sambla report is la karba me loki me baki se bayi me wala so emo se mingi one in lo you plan look at him car good mame you lose 2024 election come close to you lose one me career me give him you so you carry me go wonder. Me lose too, okay, me la one them lose. Let him no block walk him. One them walk you but walk him long me put him leg mark here. You must stand up on this like you come a president. You kiss him power for me. Stand up long walk me walk long. No one fall.
Takila also thanked Governor for Southern Islands William Powie for assisting the council votes in Kutubu for 50,000 kina to celebrate independence. Kila also congratulated Powie for his recent court victory and pledged his support. President Kila also assured the people that with the support from Governor of Southern Islands William Powie and Nipa Kutubu MP Dr. Billy Joseph's leaderships, Kutubu will never be the same but become a role model for mining townships in the country.
Governor William Powie am na lustilin lo you me Kutubu, but some black or lo kisim, but me black 7 black kisim. 7 longan am Kutubu John Pipi Gonchet. And me kisim and me talk out the talk straight. I'm giving 50,000. So 50,000 am stop one them me. Na me basina one them all councillors na councillor ba kamblo yubla. One block 10 to blow is la 50,000 million rosim. Minister rosim one block money blow one block man put him blow.
Meantime, Kutubu local level government have assisted the people in purchasing 18 Lucas sawmills, 3 Land Cruiser vehicles, and outboard dinghies to help the people of Foy and Faso. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
You like serving on winning plus scale rice matchy pack? Scale rice like giving you plenty chance to winning plenty scale prizes. Kind price for Sam, 256 plus scale rice Nabi set, 192 plus scale rice Kemo Eski, now 44 plus JBL and Co speakers, 102 plus wireless microphone. The win, buy mini scale rice or oil rice products, writing full name and contact details below box and receipt, not drop him inside the entry box. You got 4 per draws, 4 per fortnight, 116 per winners, and 16 per promotion locations. Just try us on. You got terms and conditions for this plan.
More clean, more sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee.
Open nets.
Can they make it 3 titles in a row? If they keep playing like this, absolutely. What a catch! What a catch! What a try! Time now, Hampton Brisbane to take on the Broncos.
Hello, WWE Universe. This is WWE superstar Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades. I'm here to set it all on fire. Watch WWE on Digicel TV.
Collingwood will play in the preliminary final. Can you believe that? Oh, that's as good as you'll see. Look at that kick. A body drive from Jake Riccardi. The Giants fans are celebrating. Underneath the footy at the back hill again. Big start Collingwood. Oh my goodness. That's as good as it gets.
Welcome back. The Department of Information and Communication Technology celebrated PNG's 48th independence with a commitment and refocus to renew their dedication to public service. This is for the country's advancement, whilst embracing inclusivity, transparency, and diversity in the workplace to drive the digital transformation agenda. DICT Deputy Secretary Russell Waribo highlighted the need for dedication and a reaffirming in public service. He added that it falls upon the current generation to steer Papua New Guinea toward a brighter future. He encouraged DICT staff to approach their roles with renewed dedication. Lay residents have been commended for celebrating in the true spirit of independence over the weekend. Over 300 police personnel from the Lay Metropolitan were deployed to different locations around the city and near its main outskirts to maintain control.
The days leading up to independence and independence celebrations in Lay were peaceful and respectful. Deputy Operations Commander at the Lay Metropolitan Command, Naka Paul, said while celebrations were hosted at various locations around the city, police noted a significant change in mindset. In the past, intoxicated individuals would cause unnecessary disturbances at public events. This year, there were barely any alcohol-related disruptions in the city.
We did celebrate successful 48th independence for Lay City. Fireworks, part of it, yes. 7:30, 8 o'clock, fireworks went off. Residents came in truckloads Only come Sanap will enjoy him and finish, everybody went off.
Paul also noted a peaceful celebration at the Lay Fest, which was hosted at the Lay Botanical Gardens on September 15th and 16th.
That also went unended, nice. It ended on a high note on Saturday. Saturday, Unitech also hosted its own independence celebration. So after at Unitech, it was okay. It was fully packed, but okay. I have not received any major incidents, anything going out of hand or not. So Lay was celebrated peacefully. When Nigerians living within Lay, even residents or settlements at the fringes of the city, I think they have now come to realize the importance of it. You see, I think they have been very patriotic and to respect that day, rather than in the past we have hooligans and drunkards and all this causing nuisance and so forth. But this foreign Independence Day, I think we've observed and we've seen maturity. And people have come to realize now, yes, and all really celebrate what true meaning. I didn't see a resident coming out in their provincial colors, all Muslim, now only come in national colors. So
over 360 police personnel were deployed for the independence operation. The Deputy Operations Commander commended residents for celebrating independence peacefully. Kamela Guare, TV1 News, Lay.
The streets of Kimbe Town came alive with colorful floats and spirited marches by joint police and correctional service officers. Local schools joined in parading their patriotism. The festivities stretched over 2 days, reflecting the province's enthusiasm for this significant occasion.
Kimbe Town witnessed 2 days of vibrant celebrations for West New Britain's 48th independence anniversary. Governor Sasindran Mutuvel received a general salute and reviewed the Joint Police and Correctional Service Parade. His address emphasized the province's natural beauty and rich resources, urging everyone to cherish and protect these gifts for future generations.
In West New Britain province, we are blessed with an abundance of natural beauty and resources, from the majestic Mount Ulawun to the stunning Kimbe Bay, which hosts almost 50% of the world's coral species. Our landscape is a testament to the wonders of this land we call home. We are so blessed to be part of this country and part of this province. Let us cherish and protect these gifts, ensuring that future generations can marvel at their splendor. Together, let us promote sustainable development that enhances our environment while we foster our economic growth.
The governor expressed gratitude to the people of Bakovi and Nakanai for their support in establishing the oil palm industry dating back to 1962. Governor Mutuvel spoke on education and skills development, saying they were underscored as crucial for youth. Investing in quality education and vocational training was highlighted to empower individuals and contribute to collective progress. He addressed challenges such as improving healthcare access, eradicating poverty, and creating employment opportunities through investments in human capital were among the province's goals. As West New Britain province looks forward to its 50th independence anniversary in 2 years, there's a collective commitment to further develop the region, improve infrastructure, and connect communities from the south coast to the north coast. Freddie Moe, TV1 News.
Palimo in Western Province is buzzing with joy as early years playgrounds are being utilized. A collaboration between the Sustainable Development Program and Kokoda Trek Foundation, Early Years project is igniting smiles and giggles amongst children. These dynamic play spaces are nurturing children's development through active engagement, promoting physical exploration, balance, and overall growth. These playgrounds recognize the power of play in children's development, intertwining intellectual, physical, social, and creative skills. By harnessing children's natural curiosity and sense, they lay the foundation for comprehensive growth and learning. A testament to SDP and KTF's commitment, the Early Years project in Western Province promises a brighter future for the region's youth. And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2750 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2675 US, $0.4117 Australian dollars, $0.2429 euro, and 39.18 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed lower except coffee and cocoa closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. We'll have news from abroad when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hey, you want to talk? Want to win one of 4 Coaster buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and in New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungim Yumi!
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young plana lapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Fine PNG made.
Hey, can I get a Virginia?
A what?
Morning King? Heine. The green one?
The ICC Men's Cricket World Cup 2023 is almost here.
Oh, out! What a beauty! He's on absolute fire!
The Prime Minister's 13 blockbuster returns to Port Moresby after 5 years. Catch all the action from the men's and women's games this Saturday.
What a hit! The kick's
Hi PNG, watch the PM13 game this Saturday on TV1.
Celebrating underneath the footy at the back hill again. Big start, Collingwood. Oh my goodness. That's as good as it gets.
Welcome back. U.S. President Joe Biden will host Pacific Islands Forum leaders at the White House on September 25 to 26, 2023, during the second U.S. Pacific Island Forum Summit. A statement from White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre read during this year's summit with Pacific Island leaders. President Biden will reaffirm the U.S. commitment to our shared regional priorities and deepening our cooperation around them, including tackling the climate crisis, advancing economic growth, promoting sustainable development, strengthening health security, countering illegal unreported fishing, and expanding our people-to-people ties. Building upon last year's historic U.S. Pacific Island Countries Summit, President Biden will highlight the ways the U.S. continues to deliver on their promise to further strengthen their partnership with the Pacific Islands and hear from Pacific Islands Forum leaders how they can increase cooperation to address the mounting challenges of this time, the statement said. The Queensland Human Rights Commission is calling for an end to strip searching women in the state's prisons.
The Rights Commission has released its report outlining why they're calling for the use of strip searches in women's prisons to be abolished here in Queensland. Now, the report's focused on how ineffective it really is in terms of stopping contraband from coming into the prison. Prisoners also spoke about how these searches really strip them of their dignity and how humiliating they found the searches. In terms of women that had experienced physical or sexual violence, these strip searches were found to be quite harmful, and that's bolstered by the fact that around 2/3 of incarcerated women have experienced some form of physical or sexual violence encounter. And women said that they were also less likely to see their family members or ask them to come and visit to avoid dealing with these strip searches. So the report has laid out 24 recommendations. Obviously, the Commission is calling for these strip searches to be stopped, but maybe limited at the least. Queensland Corrective Services has committed to phasing out the use of strip searches into the future. They're planning to do that by administering body scanners, and they're planning to do that from next year onwards. Now, we spoke to Debbie Kilroy. She's from Sisters Inside, an advocacy group for women and children incarcerated. She said that she's been calling for the abolition of these strip searches for over 30 years, and she wants them to be stopped right away. She's also calling for the state government to really stand up and stop these searches in order to protect women inside Queensland's prisons.
A rescue plan for the Sustainable Development Goals must now result in policies, budgets and investment to ensure a more just, equitable and green future by 2030, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said on Tuesday. He was speaking at the conclusion of the two-day SDG summit at UN headquarters, where world leaders adopted a political declaration to ramp up progress to achieve the 17 goals, which are in danger of derailment due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and other global crises. Goals that address hunger, health, biodiversity, strong institutions, pollution, and peaceful societies are all off track. The political declaration includes a commitment to financing for developing countries and clear support for an SDG stimulus of at least $500 billion annually. That's equivalent to more than 1,782 billion kina. The Secretary-General urged countries to make the most of the momentum from the summit, presenting a development to-do list for the way forward. There's been an increase in Australian women reporting endometriosis symptoms, and more patients are being diagnosed at an earlier age. The rate of hospitalization for endometriosis has almost doubled in the past decade, with the biggest increase in those aged 20 and 24.
After suffering about 13 years of chronic pelvic pain and misdiagnoses. So when I was about 13, my period started, and I received some really serious and debilitating symptoms, from back pain to pelvic pain and a lot of stomach upsets as well. So my mum took me to my GP, and the GP said, this is just a normal part of becoming a woman and growing up. And I didn't know anything else, so we took that at face value, and through my teens the pain got worse. However, I was put on the pill, and that did mask the symptoms until I was about my early 20s, when my symptoms then ramped up further. and I started getting really severe back pain, and I was put on different medications and diagnosed with UTIs constantly until I received my diagnosis at the age of 26.
So Olivia, is your case fairly typical, do you think, in that it took years for you to get a correct diagnosis?
Yeah, unfortunately is very typical. You know, endometriosis is a very individual disease. However, it does affect women very similarly in the fact that we get misdiagnosis constantly, and the years between beginning symptoms and receiving a diagnosis can be upwards of 20 years sometimes.
Why isn't it recognised more by the medical profession, since so many people have it?
Yeah, that is a question that struggles to be answered, but I think it's to do with the fact that, you know, this is a woman's condition and those who identify as gender diverse, and we get these periods monthly, and it's just part of being a woman. And I've heard that from medical professions right through, that this is just part of being a woman. And until more of us speak up about the condition and speak about our experiences, the medical professions really need to understand that this does affect more than just the reproductive organs.
And how has it affected you, Olivia, both in your work and also in your personal life?
Yeah, it's been a struggle. It's definitely impacted my working life. As I said, I was put on the pill when I was a teenager and into my early 20s when I was at university. But when I started out my career, you know, I was impacted by these really incredibly painful symptoms, and it affects relationships as well. You know, fortunately, I have a really supportive partner and now fiance, who's been with me through that whole diagnosis and up until now. And having a family that really supports me as well is incredibly important. But I know lots of women and girls are not that lucky, and they feel extremely isolated at work and at school and in study as well.
So as the Endometriosis Australia ambassador in Australia, Olivia, what's your advice to young people who are maybe at the early stages of a diagnosis or who are sick but can't get a diagnosis?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And my advice would be just keep pushing. You know your body better than anybody else, and you know how you feel, and you know if something is not right. My advice would be to go to your GP and ask for a referral to a gynecologist who specialises in endometriosis. There is a list on the Endometriosis Australia website. You can find it there. You can ask for a referral to a specialist in your area. There are also lots of peer groups and support groups on social media. You can also connect with people on there to find, you know, that solidarity that that's suffering this condition. You aren't alone.
And just finally, what is treatment like? Is there a standard treatment?
So what we say the gold standard treatment is excision surgery. So that's where a surgeon goes in, who specialises in endometriosis, goes in and finds the disease and cuts it out from the roots. And that gives the individual the best chance of the disease not growing back. For myself, I've had 4 of those surgeries since 2015. The disease does grow back for me, but if you can find that specialist and get that excision surgery, you have the best chance of it not reoccurring.
Youth crime has dominated headlines in Queensland for much of the year, with many advocates calling for grassroots solutions to tackle the problem. A Sunshine Coast councillor says youth centres could help break the cycle, and he's putting his words into action, setting up a free facility to keep kids occupied.
Every weekday afternoon, dozens of kids pour into this centre where it's organised chaos. They play under the watchful eye of Arnold Schwarzenegger and Leon Stensholm, the competitive bodybuilder who's now helping shape young lives.
I felt the Sunshine Coast needed a place where the kids can feel safe, non-judged, and a place where they can reconnect.
He's put his life savings into the facility, which is free for kids to visit. More than 650 have passed through the doors since July.
Coming here, it's my mental space has changed completely, and I'm much happier.
Leon, he's a sick dude, so you just want to hang around him, be here even more.
Mr Stensholm is a licensed counsellor.
I lost a brother and 4 clients to suicide in a very, very, very short time frame. So that was the catalyst to build this, and I realised that each individual there felt they had no one to talk to. And I didn't want any other family around me to feel what my family had to go through.
He also believes busy kids have no time for trouble.
So it's all about that early intervention.
The state government recently announced $56 million in funding to upgrade Police Citizens Youth Club facilities. There's 56 PCYCs in Queensland, including just one on the Sunshine Coast. Mr Stensholm hopes to see more clubs like this to fill the gaps.
I'm trying to bring the old school back.
He's already inspired new career goals.
Yeah, probably social worker or something I can put back into the community and help people with.
Helping others and themselves.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next with Jasmine. Stay tuned.
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy. So bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
William Hop Monimark belong 400,000 kina on-time roots rice. 600 per month mere by winning 500 kina each or get a fortnight. Na by got 4 big plow winner belong 25,000 kina each. Long enta, buy 10 kg roots medium grain rice, cut him logo lo front long bag, write him name na number long you long backside, na put him long entry box long all participating store. Roots big for cash giveaway. No can miss out. Terms and conditions is up.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
Want more data for less? Get it now with Digicel's revamped Red Club. Enjoy data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Plus rollover data, the widest coverage, fastest speeds, and best reliability. Only with Red Club. Join Digicel's exclusive Red Club today and get loads more data for less. Yes! Data bundles from as low as 1 kilo per gigabyte. Whoa! Join today for as low as 10 kilo weekly to access discounted data bundles and get more data for less. Dial *675# or visit the My Digicel app today. The Red Club. Only with Digicel.
It's our year. That's what the 8 final teams will be having in mind going into the finals.
You know, they've got the capability to do it in regards to talent.
It's going to be brutal. Oh! It's going down to the wire.
Superstar on superstar again.
It's going to be spectacular.
Up with a huge
Don't miss a moment in this year's finals. It's all happening right here on TVWAN Sports, your home of rugby league.
It's lights out and away we go. And to Sebastian Vettel in the turn one we go. Verstappen is ahead. And Charles Leclerc trying to fight this one. Talking side by side and now ahead. Can he find the gap? Look at that. The Japanese Grand Prix.
This is insane!
Live AFL, every week on ABC Australia.
Down on the ground, the Fijian. Kebalo, oh, Butterfingers there out of the hands of Dotty. You've got to be careful. He's up. Ramos in the corner.
Thanks for staying with us. In sports, the Port Moresby men's softball team went down to Varsity of Malaysia 4-6 in their third game of the Makassar Championships played earlier today. The boys started off well through opener Anthony Dapol to lead 3-0 with a homer from Demas Tovia. Varsity came back to level 3 all at the bottom of the fourth. It was an electrifying battle, but Varsity came out eventual winners 6-4. It was a better performance from yesterday by the boys. They suffered a loss to Baladewa softball side 9-1 in the second match yesterday. They are now focused on their fourth game tomorrow against the Pirates. The current partnership between PNG Rugby Union and naming rights sponsor Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited has played a big part in setting a new pathway for rugby in the country. When KPHL came on board in 2022, they took rugby union to the four corners of the PNG with the aim of establishing and reviving local associations that have been dormant for a long time.
Since the establishment of the partnership at the beginning of last year, some positive progress has been made with the staging of the 7th and 15th tournaments that brought together all the provincial teams to Port Moresby to experience playing at another level. This included the establishment of the High Performance Centre as part of the elite program to introduce the teams and players to help them in their development and progress. PNG RU President Paul Sivi, when giving a brief on the status of the current sponsorship funding from Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited, said PNG RU is fully obliged under the terms and conditions of the sponsorship agreement to send reports and acquittals on how funds are being used on quarterly basis. The President said this is important for funding to continue.
Kumul Petroleum is still a sponsor of PNG Rugby. In PNG Rugby, in rugby before, we never have permanent offices in rugby. So these are changes that are going through. You know, when a new management comes in, they clean out, clean sweep, and they install their own management in this term of office. We want to build systems that will last. When systems last, it's not the people, it's the systems. Rugby must continue. The president come and go, CEOs come and go, but the office must stay, and the systems you put in place must stay. We must have an accounting system that will stay, and it will take care of the money that we get and we spend, and it will like anchor down rugby, and then rugby will move forward.
The President was quite agitated by a particular newspaper article this week from an individual claiming to be a president of a local association, criticizing the PNGRU for failing to live up to its expectations.
We have issues with Rabal and Kokobo. We currently have a president, Andy White, is the vice president of PNG Rugby. Is in Rabal, and we have differences in Rabal and Kokobo, but those issues we are managing it. We are managing it, and we will, when the time comes, we will go to Rabal and we will find out about the issues, talk to the two sides, and find out the best way forward, how we can solve the issues, whether we have two unions or we have one union. So let me put it to the media that Tony Namur is not the president of Western Rugby.
The President said since taking office last year, they have put together a reliable accounting and database systems in place where all important records are stored for future references. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
PNG Rugby Union has commenced the process of rolling out its scheduled programs for the final quarter of the 2023 season, starting with the Oceania Rugby Sevens Championship in Brisbane, Australia in November, followed by the Pacific Games Sevens competition. When confirming the upcoming events, PNG RU CEO Sailosi Druma again assured the rugby fraternity that despite recent negative comments and unfounded allegations in the media relating to lack of transparency and accountability by the current executive, it's business as usual in the office.
While the big focus is on the Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands, the PNG men's and women's sevens teams will travel to Brisbane on the 7th of November to attend the Oceania Rugby Sevens Championships scheduled for the weekend of the 10th to the 12th of November 2023. CEO Sailosi Druma said this is a very important tournament as it also the Olympic qualifier where PNG will have to fight it out against Fiji and Samoa. The tournament will also have a bearing on the Challenger Series next year.
That tournament is also the Olympic qualifier, and also it's also have a bearing on the Challenger Series, which is going to be next year. So the winner of the non-core team, so it's always between us and Tonga and Cook Island for the men, and for the women it's between Samoa and Papua New Guinea. So we have that opportunity. So there's two qualifiers that are happening at the Oceania Sevens. Straight after that, the team returns, and then 2 days they leave for the Pacific Games.
With regards to the team's preparations, training has commenced for the Moresby-based players, while members of the squad from the other centres will arrive to join the squad this weekend.
For the Moresby-based players, the rest of the squad, they'll come in on the weekend, then they'll start their preparation. So I know there were queries about what happened to the rest of the players from other provinces. They will arrive on Friday. Then they'll start their testing and medical checks before they join the big squad and commence their training on Monday. So that's where we are in terms of those two big events that to finish off the year.
After the Oceania Sevens and Pacific Games, PNGRU will be involved again in the domestic programs such as the PNG Games and the Rookie Sevens tournament through December. Druma also announced that the proposed Oceania Rugby 15 schedule for October has been cancelled and rescheduled for 2024. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And now the weather for the main centres for the next 24 hours.
Southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Port Moresby, cloudy periods with few showers. Daru, partly cloudy with possible few showers or drizzles. Kerama and Alotau, partly cloudy with a shower or two. Popondetta, cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, isolated showers and thunderstorms scattered over Morobe. Lay, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Cloudy periods with evening brief showers, drizzles. Medan and Wewak mostly fine, Vanimo partly cloudy with brief showers. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain. Lorengau, partly cloudy with few showers. KVN, Kokopo, Rabaul and Kimbe, cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Buka, cloudy with occasional showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, isolated showers and thunderstorms with rain drizzle areas. Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg, cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Oceans forecast. Coral Sea sees moderate to rough with southeast winds of 20 to 33 knots with isolated showers. Solomon Sea sees patches rough with southeast winds of 23 to 30 knots with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Bismarck Sea sees rough to very rough with high seas with southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots reaching 47 knots over south sectors with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Pacific Ocean sees slight to moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots with scattered showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of Samarai Island to Eastern and Western Milimbe Islands to Cape Bogle to Huon Gulf to Finchafen. Seas 1.5 to 2 meters with southeast winds of 20 to 25 knots with strong gusts reaching 33 knots. Scattered showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain. And that wraps up the news tonight. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.